Alrighty, everyone, we got another Issho deck. Like I said, we got so many of these. Issho is underrated, I promise you. Now, going to this one, this is our Issho Restand. So, obviously, here's the gimmick. These characters restand. Whether this guy is doing well, this guy could be restood. This guy restands. That guy restands himself. That guy restands himself. That guy restands himself. That guy restands himself. And then, of course, like I said, Issho restands everybody else. So that's the core of the gimmick. It's all about like constant restand. But the heart of it all is these two blockers, right there and right there. Why? Because the ability to swing with blockers and of course this guy, he counts too. To swing with a blocker and then have them available to block next turn is magical. It is truly and utterly magical. Right? And this new Rosinante, he allows you to just spam the board a little bit. He protects your blockers and all that good stuff. Remember, think about it. Everybody is constantly staying active, so his effect is just going to keep your active characters from getting KO'd cheaply by some BS, right? So in the red matchup and in the black matchup, they have to focus him and get him off the board first before they can even touch one of your active 5-drops. So keep that in mind. Right? He's good for like a Whitebeard matchup because one Don, he's always swinging for 6 and he just restands. So once again, they'll have to use an event to take him off the board or some sort of effects. You already know he's a terror. He's OG Basil Hawkins. Killer and Drake are for the board control, and thanks to Issho doing the -1, it kind of helps you like just remove a better turn. So you're taking out a 5 with this guy, and you're taking out a 4 with this guy. And then of course, it's just somebody that complements the deck because you're playing a lot of supernovas, so you can catch a double swing or even a triple swing if it's Basil Hawkins. Double swing with him, double swing, yada yada, and then catch the restand at the end of the Issho. That's the core of this deck, is just taking advantage of restanding your characters and leaving them active, making it more complicated for your opponent to try to counterattack and get them off the board. All right, let's see how it goes. Alrighty, we are using a restand gimmick with this Issho build. So, primarily it's all about protecting your board by keeping your characters active. But all in all, we got some free swings. We got liberty for free swings. Being able to swing with our blockers is actually a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. They open up with a Rebecca search. Is that one drop's name Leo? I think so. But yeah. Now, we just got to decide how our opening play is. There is the availability of summoning Bonnie, searching, and then restanding. That's on the table. But we shall attack because they're more than likely to have a card to remove Bonnie off the board. This is Rebecca. The Leo and the Kyros is a plenty. The killer looks nice. There we go. They're getting rid of our searcher. There we go. Kyros would have got rid of the searcher already. So sometimes you gotta play it out like that. Granted, who knows what the outcome probably would have been the same no matter what. Nothing different probably would have happened. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, if they defended a 6K, then they would defend the 5K. But all right, back on track. They take that one, and we get, for the sake of developing board, we play the Drake and pop the Rebecca. And they have 2 Kyros. And they summon a blocker. Okay. Rebecca's board is looking pretty healthy. Respect to the board. They swing for 5. Decision, take 1. Now the fun thing is we can swing, force the effect to kick in to protect and rest, have them rest their lead because they got no stage, and then we could just play our character and get the pop. I mean, doing it the other way around may encourage the Rebecca player to burn resources, like you summon, you target, you KO, they rest, then you attack, they choose to block, or they choose to lose cards out their hand. But I feel for the sake of this particular matchup, or I want to say more so this character, you want to just go for more guaranteed board removal, maybe? Because it's like, that's like the whole gimmick of Rebecca, right? It's like some strong set play for Rebecca. Develop your board, get it to a particular point, and then your win condition is Luffy. Bring out the Luffy, give that character, plus 6k and double, swing, delete all that life, So it's like, okay, let's just get a lot of this stuff off the board. That's where my mind is at for this one. Okay, we attack the lead. See what they decide. They either take the life or they take a card out their hand, and they take life. So they got a plenty in their hand. Develop the killer because leaves us with some Dawn open, allows us to make the Veggie play, and restand our X Drake. They develop their Luffy, bring him out. Leo, we are losing our blocker. Bye. And another 5k swing. They are putting pressure. But the good thing is, because of Leo's effect, Rebecca's rested, which means Kiros is an easy target to take off the board. But that Luffy is scary. I'll tell you that right now. Luffy's scary. As long as Rebecca got a Luffy, they can just go through their entire deck with no fear. Until they start having a skill drain as a playable card in this game, it's going to be tough for Rebecca to deck herself out. Put 7 at the bottom. Put 7 at the bottom. Put 7 at the bottom. Yeah, without the stage card, the characters don't have their pseudo rush. Decisions. The Luffy's the real threat. So that's what we really have to think about. 3 life, 1 blocker, plenty of cards in hand. I should pay attention to like what turn this is. 9 Dawn, just in case. Hopefully my eyes didn't confuse me. So if that kid gets developed, that's 2 left. You could just go for the 2 swings, but they'll definitely keep that Kairos alive. Okay, go for the search. Trying to set up that Basil Hawkins. Looks nice. And then of course Punk Gibson for defense. That Punk Gibson might be the smart play. And then we got another Drake for board removal. I don't know, a lot of good options. We go for the Punk Gibson. Okay, that means we can also potentially rest a blocker if it's still in play. This swing, if that's what it is, okay, we go for lead. We're putting pressure. Okay, cool. I respect it. I don't know. Okay, there we go. I'm like, I don't think they're going to want to be at 2 life that soon. I'm sure they should be protecting this one as well. Okay. There we go. Let's get off the board. And yeah, we got Punk Gibson. So right now we're encouraging them to attack our character, and it would allow us to rest that blocker. Oh, Olympus. And the stage is in play, so we already know what that means. Wow. Just one shy. See, the beauty about the last play, last turn is look at Rebecca's hand now. To play defense and to develop board, they weren't, I don't know how many cards they had a second ago to just 4 right now. Okay, I think they definitely get that. They're going for the 7 play. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there you go. Don't tempt us to lose cards out our hand. Okay. That's intriguing. Because they definitely could have just stood the Luffy for safety. But they chose not to. So my thing is they're probably encouraging us to attack Luffy. Yeah, I would say Killer go for the blocker. That's healthy. You want to get rid of a 2K to keep that. Resource management. Okay, blockers down. So we got double the effectiveness out of Killer. We had played Killer. We got rid of Kairos. It helped get rid of Kairos, and then now we swing with Killer to help get rid of a blocker. So purposeful. Right now, we definitely have to figure out how to handle this board because it does look scary. Olympus is definitely a problem. We don't have any Drakes in our hand because I definitely can imagine. Okay, let's take that little guy off the board. Definitely can imagine summoning Drake for this play. Guarantee. I respect it either way. They still have to lose a healthy amount of cards. To attack Luffy, they lose cards. Attack Olympus, they lose Olympus. That's what's going on. See, there it goes. Restand. Oh, how did I not pay attention to that? I was so hyper focused on the board. See, that's frustration. Suffocation. Nobody. Let me stop. All right. Man, that was a wonderful play. Listen, real talk. Ain't any human gonna be frustrated after a play like that. That started that law. So deceiving. Okay. Well, that's fine. See, the good thing is about having a character up for these situations is they get rid of one, we can always counter swing. So it's okay that Drake is gone. Now, what is the most effective play for this part of the match? We can basically get 2 blockers down. But we have to worry about Olympus plays. So we swing. You defend and go to next to nothing in your hand. To be honest, if they... Okay, let it go. I was like, well, they're going to protect Olympus and lose cards out their hand by using the 1 card and a blocker and then have to let them go. They pretty much have to top deck a combo play because they have it. They could just go for the -4, but they would have to top deck. Oh, a misclick prevented the Diamante summon. So that's frustration right there. Be careful. Don't click the mouse too many times. That's the eager beaver. Three cards. Yes. We had no way of... Wait a minute. Yeah, I think it was just safer that way. Because lost swinging means nothing. Keeping one down up gives the illusion of, what do you call it? A card in hand. And right now, Rebecca's effects can't do anything because of Rosinante. Sad part is, Diamante is supposed to be on the board. And then we definitely would have had 3 characters to swing heavy with. So, oh, and she plays her own character that protects characters from being KO'd. Oh, bottom deck. I was like confused for a second. Nah, there's no 1-drops on the opponent's board, sadly. Yeah, that Diamante would have been so clutch right now. But then again, Diamante would have been on the bottom of the deck. But at least we would have had Laura to swing with. Why did it feel like tough decisions, right? They only got 2 cards in their hand. They got they setup with the stage and lead, active lead, so that 3-drop is gonna be tough to get off the board. We can't take advantage of effects. It's all gonna be swings. All right, putting pressure on the lead. 2 blockers, 2 cards in hand. Okay, there you go. They take. Rosinante swings. They take. They got a full hand. Ooh, they use trigger. We develop. We develop. Oh, man. Diamante got to see play. Yeah, be careful how you click. But the wonderful thing is, okay, we lose our blocker. Ooh. Okay, Luffy swings. I'm sure Luffy's gonna swing twice. I can't see Luffy not going for a double swing. We do have the power to protect. We have to think a little bit, right? They got 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. Basically, we got 1, 2. Let that go. Okay, that's a blocker. Protecting the blocker. All outcomes are the same, but this encourages the Rebecca player to potentially not attack back. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. They restand. They're going for it. Okay, they went for the swing. There we go. See, outcome was relatively going to be the same. We could have defended and then blocked, but at least in this particular case, you never really know what the opponent's going to decide on. So letting them take the blocker out, maybe they could go for life. Things. Potentially, you don't know. You never know. But all in all, that seemed like the best play for the opponent to make anyway. They got 2 blockers in play. Unless they got exactly what they need in their hand, this is looking like game. Cause that Basil Hawkins is a monster. But still, nonetheless, we gotta. Look at that. Look at that Issho play. Now they got 1 blocker to their name. We go for the swing with 8. That is a respectable number. What do you do, Rebecca? Yeah, so giving it down to Issho does -1 to the opponent's board, and it's summoning the Issho to rest a 5 instead of a 4. So we're getting past that Sabo blocker. Okay, they decide to use their blocker. Good stuff, good stuff. I wonder how safe it would have been to potentially swing with Hawkins, because they most likely would have took, and then we would have had 2 swings. Would that have been the safer play? I don't know. Not too sure. Okay, let's see. Can you handle the 9? They take. Can you handle another 9? GG.